Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video we are gonna talk about how to set up OBS, the basics of OBS, what to do and what not to do, and so that you can start streaming in less than 10 minutes. So without wasting your time, let's get into our desktop. So here we are on my desktop guys. So let's start. First you have to go to OBS download. Okay, go download the OBS. You can download OBS from here. You can use Streamlabs OBS. The settings are the same, just the UI is different, but I suggest not using Streamlabs OBS because it uses more resources and has less features. So or else you can use this link obs.live. You can download from here. It will install normal OBS plus the Stream Elements plugin with it. Okay, I recommend using this as it gives you alerts and live chat on your OBS only. So run as an after you've installed OBS, use run as administrator every time you start it. Okay, because it is better. It will not give you that encoder overload, or else sometimes you get the error of encoder overload when you are playing some high demanding games. It will allocate more resources to your OBS than your game. So yeah, always run as an administrator. So after opening OBS, it will look something like this. This will not be there if you are on the normal OBS. Normal OBS should look like something like this. And if you're on the Streamlabs OBS, okay, it will look something like this. You will be asked to log into your Stream Elements account. I already have it logged in, so it will look something like this. I prefer keeping the chat off. So let's get into the settings first. Okay, you don't have to do anything here in the generator. First go to your stream settings. It will be something like this. At the start, you should, if you're on YouTube, you should choose YouTube like this. Go to your channel, youtube.com. After that you click go live. If you have not enabled it, go enable it from the studio. From here, after let it open, let's give it a minute. So yeah, after you have it open, just copy your stream key, go here, paste it, click apply once. You're done here, your stream key is ready. So now let's go to output settings. Okay, there are two options for me. One is X264 and one is NVIDIA NVENC. So what these two are? So X264 is the encoder which uses your CPU. It uses your CPU to encode the stream, and the NVENC uses your graphic card's dedicated encoder. Okay, for NVIDIA it's NVENC. For AMD I don't know what it is, but it's bad. Really, I'm telling you. So first let's go over to our X264 settings. Okay, if you got not a so high-end PC, or if you're in a single PC, I don't suggest using X264 because of the performance dips. So okay, you can also use it if you have a low-end PC like an i5 3rd generation or something like that, and you don't have a very good graphic card, like you don't have a 1060, you have a card that is lower, 1050, 960 and stuff. You don't got a 1060 or a 1650 Super. Okay, from 1060 and 1650 Super you get the NVENC encoder. You can use this on lower cards also of NVIDIA, but the thing is they will just use a graphical CUDA cores for encoding. So first let's go over the X264 setting. First let's see what is bitrate. Bitrate is how much information is transmitted in a second. Let's keep it to CBA, controlled bitrate. So the bitrate for average 720p 60fps stream should be 4000 to 6000, and for 1080p 60fps stream it should be around 6000 to 12000. So it depends totally on your internet. So before setting it, go to speedtest.net, check your upload speed, what it is. So for me it's around 45, 50, around 40, let's average. So if you got I got a decent, so if you got anything above 20 Mbps, set it to like 9000. For 1080p streams I use it at 9000 personally. So keyframe interval, set it at 2. So now comes the important one, CPU usage preset. So actually what it is, the higher you go, the less CPU it will use to encode. The lower you go, the better the quality, but the more horsepower you require. So if you got a very old PC not so capable, you should set it to ultra fast or maybe super fast. If you get frame drops or any encoder overload error, then you should just turn it up to ultra fast. In ultra fast you can use around, I used to use ultra fast when I had a i5 3570 to encode. So you can stream in very low end PCs, you just have to get the right settings. So currently I have a Ryzen 5 1600. I can go around faster or very fast using my CPU, but I suggest not doing it if you have a decent GPU. Set the profile to high. If you are using a 2 PC setup, go with medium, it gives the best quality. Going below medium, you don't get that much of quality difference, but the usage is but the demand is skyrocketing, I can say that. Tune, leave it to none and stuff. Okay, this should be your settings if you're using the X264. For recording, I prefer let's just keep it, use stream encoder, let's just keep it at that. Recording path you can set, keep the format MKV, it gives you what you get, stereo audio tracks and stuff. Okay, this is all you have to do if you are using X264. So if you don't use X264 like I don't use, if you got a decent graphic card like a 1650 Super 1060 or higher, RTX series, RTX 3070 and other stuff, go with NVIDIA and NVENC. If you have a single PC streaming setup, gives so much better quality. Again, let's set the bitrate to around 9000 since my internet is, you can use you can also lower the bitrate, but it reduces the quality the little bit. So yeah, it depends upon your internet. So if you got the latest NVENC H.264 encoder like that came in the 16 series, 20 series, 30 series, go with max quality. If you got a 1060, around 1060 or 1070, you should go with the quality, I think, because it doesn't have the latest NVENC encoder. You can try max quality, but it may give you encoder overload. I don't know, I haven't tried it, so just experiment. And if you got a GPU like a 1050 Ti 960, you know the budget kings of the time, they don't have a dedicated encoder, but you may be able to get away. If you don't have a very good CPU, you may be able to get away with the NVENC. You should use max performance or performance. Try it, or use the X264 at super fast or ultra fast. Yeah, so this should be your settings if you are using NVENC. Now let's go to audio tab from the left. So what the desktop audio is, first do the sample rate to 48 kilohertz. The desktop audio is what the audio you hear in your headphones. So for me, I will select it to Voicemeeter aux input since I am using Voicemeeter to route my audio. So if you guys want a tutorial on Voicemeeter on how to separate your audio channels like I do, say I Spotify or Amazon Music, but I can hear it, but on stream it does not go. You can comment down below, I will make a guide. So, and for mic, you should select your mic you use. For example, I have got so many mic. This is my headphone mic. This is the mic I use. I use a sound card, so it should look something like this. Everything is done. So now go to this is all you have to do in the audio tab. Now go to the video tab. So there are two things. One is the base canvas resolution. What this is, the resolution in which you play the game or your PC is at. For me, it's 1080p, 1920 to 1080p. If you got an old monitor, HD ready monitor, it should be 1366 into 768. If you got a high end monitor, it should be 2K 144Hz. It should be 2560 into 1440. Choose the resolution you play a game. If you have a 4K monitor, it's around 3840 into 2160 is 4K. So set it to whatever your base resolution is. So second is the output scale resolution. What this is, the resolution in which you will stream. If you got a low end computer, use 720p 30 fps. If you got a decent computer, not so low end but not so high end, you may go with 720p 60 fps. If you got a very decent computer with the latest NVIDIA encoder like 1060, and you can go with 1080p 60 fps. Choose the downscale filter to Lanczos. It gives the best quality. If you still get frame drops, try going with bicubic, but Lanczos is the best, hands off. So after that, we go to advanced. You should just set the process priority to above normal. If it's there automatically, if it's there, it's okay, or else you just set it to above normal. Click apply, it's okay. Click apply, it's okay. So now we have finished setting up our stream. Now we have to set up the scenes. First let us add 3 scenes. One is scene 1 is already added. Let's add one more scene like end scene. Okay, one start scene. This is how I like to keep it. I will just drag the start scene above the scene. Let's rename the F2 for rename shortcut. I will just change it to IG. IG means in game for me. So let's go to the start screen. Before going that, let's get ourselves some overlays. To get yourself overlays, go to your browser. You can either use Streamlabs. I personally prefer using Streamelements. Okay, log into the Streamelements using your YouTube or Twitch account. After that, you can go to the themes gallery. Okay, there are a lot of themes here. You can just create a theme, write a name, anything, create my overlay. After I've created your overlay, you can go to my overlays. I got so many. Okay, and now if you want to edit any scene, like this is a talk scene, this is the in-game scene. So for example, I want to edit the in-game overlay. I will just click edit. There are many things here. If I don't want this, I will just delete it. Okay, I don't want this, I will just delete it. If you want to add something, you can add from here. This is how you also create custom overlays. After that, I will just click save. After I've saved, I will just go back. And now let's go with this one. This is what I created. We just copy the URL, go to our OBS section, go to browser, create new. I will just add it to start screen. This is how I will name it. Let's just paste the link here. Okay, when you create a overlay, mostly all of them are at 1920 and 1080p, so be sure to use the same width and height the overlay is at. So after we have created the overlay, it's here, as you can see. We have overlay. So now let's go to an in-game scene. Same as it. Let's add an overlay first, as it should be at the top. Browser in-game. No, let's rename it to webcam overlay. Okay, after this I go to properties. Here is my webcam overlay, 1920 1080. Okay, sometimes the overlay might not load, so you just go to properties and click refresh cache of the current page, and that's here. I will just resize it like this. I don't want that big of a webcam, to be honest, so let's just resize it around somewhere around here. Looks good. Yeah, so this is my webcam overlay. Let's add our game capture. You can use game capture, either display capture. Game capture is what? It only captures your game, and it does not capture if you alt tab out, like it doesn't capture anything else. I prefer going with game capture as it's less demanding on your system. Keep all the settings at default, click OK. Drag the game capture below your overlay. Okay, you can also use display capture too if you want to show something else like a display. So after that, if you use a webcam, go to video capture device, add it. For example, I will just rename it to webcam. Select the device you want to use as a webcam. For example, I mostly use C270, but currently I will not be using it. So this is how you add go to custom, select the resolution your webcam is at, and other stuff. Okay, now I will just small it so that I can fit it in my overlay like this. Keep the webcam above game capture but below the overlay. Okay, be sure this is the priority list. So yeah, this is my webcam. You got the game capture. Now if you run a game, the game will be captured here. So this is how you set up a scene. Now I will show you how to use a stringer transition. For the default is a fade transition like this. It doesn't look that good, right? So we will use a stringer transition. To add a stringer transition, you just go to here, add stinger. Okay, let's rename it new. Okay, now we have to go find a video clip. I already got a video clip here, like stream. Here I got yeah, this is it. Let's just keep it to around 100 milliseconds maybe. It's too long. Let's just go to around 10. Too long. Okay, let's just click OK. Now this is how your transition will look. If it's too long, you can just go to the settings, properties of it. I prefer do it by frame, 20 frames maybe. Yeah. So now this is the stringer transition. I am not going to use this anyways. So if you change your scene now, a stringer transition will come. So this is the, you can say this is the basic how to set up OBS and stuff. So guys, if you want an in-depth guide on how to make overlays and stuff, okay, I forgot one thing. Yeah, alerts. I made the alerts and stream elements. You can also use Streamlabs for your alerts, but I prefer stream elements. I will be showing you how to use Streamlabs 2 for alerts. Just go to the browsers. Where is this browser? Yeah, I will just write alerts. Just paste it. Let me just check. This is my alerts. Yep, 1920 into 1080 guys. Keep the alerts at the top of the priority list, I'm telling you first. So yeah, this is your alerts. This is the webcam overlay. This is your webcam, and this is the game capture for your games. So this is how you really do a streaming. What to say, this is how you really do it. Easy, not that difficult. Okay, I was going to show you how to use Streamlabs also. So we just go to streamlabs.com, log into it. Maya is already logged in. Never mind, just go to alert box features. You can see here alert box. After that, see, this is the widget URL. You just copy it and do the same I did it. You just do the same. Okay, you can edit your alerts from here. I don't like the Streamlabs one anyways. So this is how you use the alerts and stuff. So this is all, I guess. So this is all you need to do. So guys, this was all for the video on how to set up OBS and start streaming. If you didn't understand anything or have any doubts, be sure to ask me in the comment section below or hop into my live chat. I stream daily from 7 PM IST. I will be sure to clarify your doubts. If you want any other video like how to use stream elements, creating custom overlays, other stuff, down in the comments ask me. How to use Voicemeeter, any other video you want from me regarding to streaming or other PC related stuff, be sure to comment down below. I will be sure to make a video of it. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.